Hi everyone, it's Kino MacGregor. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Many times viewers send questions in either through the contact form on my website or in different messages through my social media. So thanks for watching and thanks for being inspired and asking questions and committing to the journey of yoga. I try to get to student questions about once a month, and I'm answering about 3, and they're randomly chosen. So if you've submitted a question, please be sure to stay tuned. Today's question is from a man named Wade Shepherd. Wade Shepherd. Hi Wade, how's it going? So Wade says that he's been practicing Ashtanga for about 3 times a week. Great, that's good on you. I think 3 times a week is about the minimum that it takes to really build a strong relationship with your practice and get committed to the regularity of doing the Ashtanga Yoga method. So 3 times a week is awesome. So Wade wants to know, when should he increase his asana practice, the yoga practice, to 4 times a week? Well, since you're asking that question, I kind of get the sense that you're hungry for more. So if you have the time in your schedule, go ahead and add a 4th day. If you have the energy, you're not really sore after your 3 days of practice, then go ahead and add a 4th day. See if you can schedule the time and just go for it. So whenever you feel inspired to and you've got the time, add that 4th day. Slowly, you would want to build up to 6 days a week. I don't recommend going from 3 days to 6 days. It's too big of a jump, but just add that 4th day. Keep that for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and then you'll be able to figure out whether you can add a 5th day eventually, and then eventually a 6th day. So you'll be having one day somewhere in the future, full 6-day-a-week practice. Okay, cool. So you have another question. Your second question is interesting, Wade, because you say that you've gained, so Wade says that he's gained the strength to jump back without the feet dragging on the ground. That is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations, Wade, that's rocking. Now, there are some problems with the jumping back because Wade writes that he's begun to experience some shoulder pain that is mild but continues throughout the day. And so Wade wants to know, should I back off from jumping back, or what should I do in terms of the practice? Is the shoulder pain bad? That's a really good question. Without seeing you jump back, without seeing your alignment in your shoulders, it's really, really hard for me to address whether it's good pain or bad pain without talking to you and getting more specific. Whenever you have pain in your yoga practice, the first thing to do is be very specific with the pain. Not all pain is bad, but most pain is indicative either of strengthening or a potential injury. So you would want to figure out which one is that. Now in the shoulders, we can talk about the shoulders a little bit. If your pain throughout the day is just like a sore muscle, like your deltoid muscle, which is right here, if that's sore, that's all right. That probably means it's getting stronger. If, however, the pain is sharp, and it's at the corner of your shoulder, right here, if you want to find your collarbone, you could find your collarbone and just kind of trace that all the way out to the end, and you'll feel the place where the collarbone ends. This little place is called the acromion process. If you start to feel pain at the corners of your shoulder, that's an indication that your alignment is not really good. So in that case, I would ask you to back off from jumping back and jumping through and reconfigure your alignment. So how would you injure the acromion processes in Chaturanga Dandasana or in jumping back? Well, I'll just show you real quick, okay? This is my cat, Nephew. I'm going to be on YouTube. Nephew, girl, you got to move off my mat. Good. So here we go, and I'm showing you what works with the shoulders. So in Chaturanga Dandasana, and I'll just show you on my hands and knees because it's a bit easier from here. If you hunch forward like this and you curl the shoulders down, right? So if the shoulders are pointed that way in Chaturanga Dandasana, you're probably going to injure the corners of your shoulders. So for example, when you go down, you want to keep the shoulders open and the shoulder blades drawn down the back. You want to avoid this type of movement, okay? So you want to make sure that the shoulders are fully drawn down the back. Now when you go to jump back, you have to bend the arms in order to let the legs float back. But if you bend the arms too much, you'll collapse in the shoulder girdle. So just make sure that you're not doing that. Okay, so if you were to lift up and jump back, you want to make sure that the shoulders stay open and you don't collapse into the corners of your shoulders. Check your alignment. If you don't have a teacher, then maybe film yourself and you can see when you cross your feet, pull them into the chest, inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Make sure the shoulders stay open when you land in Chaturanga and when you're going through all of those movements, okay? So, check your alignment in your shoulders. Now, let's see if I can show you from here, okay? So when the shoulders curl forward like this. That's not the alignment you want to have in Chaturanga. You want to have the shoulders dropped open, but this is also very important. When you're jumping back, you never want to pinch your shoulder blades together like that. You want to let the shoulder blades drop down the back and then reach forward and around, which takes you into the strength here of the upper body and of latissimus dorsi, but you want to keep the shoulder girdle open, so you want to avoid that type of movement. Does that make sense? So go ahead and check out your alignment weight and check out where you're feeling that pain in your shoulders, then evaluate and see. And I would actually say that looking at your second question combined with your first, I wouldn't really add that fourth day of practice for you until you figure out what's going on with the alignment of your shoulders. Because adding a fourth day when you haven't figured out, whether or not the alignment is good or bad could actually be adding extra stress into your joint. So figure that out, then work into your practice. If the alignment is off, just correct it, then establish that in your regular practice, and you'll be able to grow stronger without any risk of injury. Stay aware, stay present and calm, and most importantly, keep practicing.